Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Colxrless and I'm back with another video for you guys. And today, as you can see, I am on Black Ops 3. I did just pick it up at the midnight release. And I'm in arena mode actually. And what I'm going to do for my first video is I'm going to just make classes in arena mode and just give you my opinion on what I think is going to be used at the very beginning of the game. I might be completely wrong, I might be completely right. But I'm not too sure how everything's going to work with ban and protect. I haven't actually done it yet. That'll probably be my next video. It's my first arena game or something because I really want to get into arena and see how it works and try to get to the highest rank I can as quick as I can. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the class, and most of these classes are gonna be subclasses because I am a sub player. So I think the Razorback was the gun that was really good in the beta. So I think they might have nerfed it. I'm just gonna go through and look at everything that I think is going to be the good guns. I think the Weevil might be used, but I think the one that is going to be the most used is probably the Razorback at the very beginning at least, because it's the most like the MSMC, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and start with it, and I'm going to be using it for most of my classes, so I won't be using any optics on it. And I'm going to start out by using just, I'm really not too sure. I know I'll use Quick Draw because that's necessary on all your guns. And I think I'll be using long barrel at the beginning because I feel like that's the same attachments as it was on MSMC for most of the game in Black Ops 2. I'm gonna go with no secondary to start and just see how many empty slots I'll have. And we're gonna go with Simtex, and we're gonna go with concussions and perk 1. This is the big part where it's really gonna come into play. And I'm not too sure how it's gonna work with all the ban and protect and stuff. We'll just have to see. But the perks I think that are going to be used the most, I think this will get banned almost every single time. I think Overclock might be used, but really I see Flak Jacket being used the most out of anything. But if we're just going off a Slayer standpoint of just slaying, then it would either have to be Afterburn or Overclock. I'm not sure which one it will be. Depending on which one's going to get banned, I'm not too sure if either of them get banned. Me personally, I would rather use Overclock to get my gravity spikes faster. So that's what I'm going to use. And for second perk, Tracker is going to get banned, of course. You won't use Scavenger too much because it'll be dying a lot. Anti-Up could be useful, but I'm not too sure how useful that'd be, and it might end up getting banned by most teams. So I think the best bet is just use Fast Hands. And perk 3 is where you really got to pay attention to what you're doing and team when you're deciding what perks you want to use here. So Tac Mask is something you probably want to be using. Gung Ho, I guess it would be good for a sub slayer, considering that you'll be running around a lot and playing not really reckless like you were in Advanced Warfare, but playing faster than most AR slayers would be. So that could be useful. But Blast Suppressor, they said it wasn't necessary in the beta, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be 100% necessary this year. So we have 10 out of 10 slots, so we'll go ahead and take off one of those. And we have one more perk that we can get. Awareness, that won't be useful in respawn, I don't think. So Engineer, no, that'll probably get banned. It's either between Gung Ho and Tactical Mask, really. Whatever your preference is. I'm going to go with Tac Mask. I don't like flashbangs because in the beta, concussions and flashbangs were so overpowered. So I'm just going to go with that and see how well that's going to work for me. So this is my first class. That's going to be my main Slayer class. My second class is going to be kind of the same thing. I'm going to put on all my perks. I'm going to put on instead of Overclock, I'm going to put on Flak Jacket because my second class is going to be more of my class if I'm playing the heal, if I'm playing kind of more of a heal roll like at the end of the game, or if I'm just getting bombarded with grenades and stuff. So we're going to go do the same thing, except on this class we're going to have Flak Jacket instead of whatever the thing is. I already forgot what it's called, Overclock. So maybe these will be two good classes that you can use that'll be viable for the beginning of the game. My third class, I'm not really sure if I need another subclass. I could put on a different SMG like a Weevil or something, but I'll just see how well the other one works at first. And these two classes basically fill up all of my needs for my SMG on respawn for at least for hard point, at least maybe for capture the flag, even if it's on here, or uplink for sure will be something that you might really need to change a perk on. Like on this one, you might not want tac mask, or you might not want blast pressure. You might want gung ho instead, because you're gonna be running around a lot more. But let's go ahead and hop into an AR class for y'all, and obviously it's gonna be the M8. That's no surprise to anyone, I wouldn't think. We're gonna have quick draw and stock, that's just the base setup from Black Ops 2 again. It might be different this year because in the beta, stock didn't help too much. Or I think it was quick draw that might not help too much. I'm not too sure. We'll just have to see. But my AR class might not be like yours. I play a little bit different role when I'm an AR. If I'm playing AR, I'm usually going to be anchoring. Because in Black Ops 3, I believe roles are going to matter. Unlike in Advanced Warfare when anybody can do anything. But I feel like roles are actually going to matter. So we're still going to have fast hands, but instead we're going to have flak jacket. And we're just going to have tac mask right here. And we're going to get a secondary for those close range gunfights. And we're going to get the RK5, or kind of like the BO3 are from Black Ops 2, I guess. But what I'd be doing with this class is I'd be chilling out and anchoring or something, because when I'm anchoring, they're probably going to be throwing a ton of nades, doing a ton of stuff. And I want to be able to win gunfights and not let those nades and stuff affect me as much. So this would be a pretty decent AR class if you are an anchor, at least in my opinion, at the beginning of the game. So hopping into my fourth class, it's going to be a SMG class for search and destroy. So again, we're going to be using the Razorback. We're going to be using quick draw, long barrel, nothing different. This, I think we're still going to stick with Simtex and concussion. But for perk 1, what will we use? I'm not sure what we really want to use in search. You could really use afterburner, flak, or overclock, depending on your role in your team. So, and depending on how fast your team plays, really. Like if you're a bomb carrier, you might want to use flak jacket, and you might want to change a concussion for a smoke, maybe, to get a safe plant down. But on search and destroy, I would see afterburner coming into play a lot, so you could run around and get around quicker and easier, just to save you those few seconds of time. So I'm gonna go with it. Second part, we're gonna have fast hands, of course. And third part, we're actually going to have awareness and dead silence, because that is very, very key in search and destroy. Awareness, so you can hear your enemies easier, especially if you have some Astros and you have awareness. That's just a good combination. Dead silence is 100% essential in search and destroy. So those are my 4 main classes. My last class is going to be a sniper class for search and destroy, because a lot of time I'm the sniper for my team in search, because I am pretty good at it. I'm not sure how good I'll be at it this year since it's a little different. But we're going to go ahead and stick with the Locust. I'm pretty sure that is the sight that, or that's the gun that everybody's going to be using. It's going to be kind of like the DSR was. And I'm comparing everything to Black Ops 2 guns, because that's really what the game is. It's just a reinvention of Black Ops 2 with more futuristic, different maps and stuff changed like that. But still generally the same weapons. So, for our sight, we're going to go with thermal, because I like the thermal sight. And we're not going to go with anything right here for right now. But for our secondary, we're going to go with the RK5. Part 1, we're going to definitely need to go with afterburner here, so we can get around to the sniping spots quicker. We're definitely going to need fast hands, and again, awareness and dead silence. Really, for a sniper, you wouldn't have to have dead silence. You could put on tac masks if they're trying to like flash you out of your sniper spot. I'm just going to do that right now. So you could just use this, because you aren't going to be moving too much as a sniper. So that's a good thing to keep in mind if you're doing that. But for our lethal, we will, or for our tactical, I should say, we'll go ahead and put on a smoke grenade or smoke screen, because we are going to have a thermal. And I don't see many people using cold-blooded in arena, because it might even get banned too. That'd be probably a good ban for your team if you have a really good sniper that likes to use thermal. The first thing I would ban personally, or one of the first things, would be cold-blooded, so that they aren't allowed to use that perk. And you can destroy them on their rush routes and stuff, and really screw up their whole scheme of things, and just make them have to choose different routes and do different things they're not used to. So those have been our 5 base classes. I'm sure once the game gets farther in, that will change a lot, but I think it'll be cool to see the progression of classes from the beginning throughout the game and to the end of the game. And throughout the game, there probably will be more class spots available, so you will be able to create more classes and have more flexibility with your classes. But that's it for now, guys. That's going to be our first video. It went a little longer than I thought it would be, but that's alright. But thank you all for watching. I'm Colxrless, and I'm out.